Surprise!
Sup?
All right, you guys, we're back with the second podcast for Chapter 5. It's entitled The Empire of Ghana. Okay, in this lesson, you guys are going to learn about the development of the trans-Saharan trade and the growth and decline of Ghana's empire. Okay, all right, as always, there, of course, are vocabulary terms that you're responsible for. When you hear this sound, you know you're hearing a vocabulary term. This time, there are a few more terms than in the last lesson. Your terms this go around are vegetation zone, Sahara, Savannah, Ghana, and Almoravids.
All right, guys, just a reminder, we have the same big idea as we did for the first podcast. Our big idea, rulers have a great impact on their society and leave lasting impressions.
All right, and the first essential question as a reminder is, do leaders help or hurt?
The second question, do belief systems influence people's way of life?
Number 3, how do rulers shape present and future civilizations?
How are the culture and traditions of a civilization preserved and spread? How do communities use their skills and resources to build empires?
And our final essential question for the unit, how are lasting effects of rulers reflected in a society? All right, guys, the first section we're going to be talking about, West Africa's geography fuels empires. You can find this on pages 157 and 158. The question we want you guys to be thinking about, what are the 3 vegetation zones in West Africa? West Africa's geography helped people develop a strong trade. West Africans had 3 vegetation zones: desert, grasslands, and forests. Soil and climate determined what plants grew in a vegetation zone. For example, a desert had a dry climate. Only plants that use little water grow there.
The northern section of West Africa is a part of a large desert. This desert is called the Sahara. The middle section of West Africa is a savanna. It is flat, grassy, and has scattered trees. Forests make up the southern region of West Africa. The Niger River runs across West Africa. For centuries, the river has been used for transportation and communication. It has also served as a trade route.
The Sahara has rich deposits of salt. Crops such as millet grow well in the savanna. The southern forests hold large amounts of gold.
People in the savanna and forests of West Africa had gold, but they wanted salt. People in North Africa had salt, but they wanted gold. As a result, a trans-Sahara trade of gold and salt developed. Trans-Sahara means across the Sahara. People in the Sahara would mine salt. Then they traded it for the gold mined in the forests of West Africa.
Around AD 300, savanna and forest people began to use camels to transport goods. Camels could cover great distances with little food or water. These qualities made camels ideal for carrying goods across the Sahara. Traders used camels in groups called caravans. Camel caravans helped increase trans-Sahara trade. The question you guys should be able to answer in your head right now, what trade goods are found in the different vegetation zones?
All right, you guys, moving on to the second section entitled The Growth of Ghana's Empire. You're going to find this information on page 159 in your history book. Okay, be thinking of this question. What, besides goods, can trade bring to a region? The region between the desert and the forest of West Africa came to be called Ghana. The northern part of Ghana became a center of trade. Salt and other goods arrived there after crossing the Sahara. Gold, enslaved people, and goods reached Ghana from the south. The people of Ghana supervised this trading.
The king of Ghana gained wealth by taxing the trade. Using this wealth, Ghana expanded into an empire. It conquered surrounding lands. Cities in Ghana became thriving trade centers. The city of Kumbi Saleh was Ghana's capital.
Most of the people who traded salt and other goods from the north were Arabic-speaking Berbers. Most Berbers practiced the religion of Islam. Berber traders brought more than just goods to West Africa. They also introduced their written language, Arabic, into West Africa. In addition, Arabs brought Islam to West Africa. All right, you guys, you should be able to answer this question. How did Ghana gain wealth?
Our third and final section for this podcast is Islam in Ghana. You can find this information on pages 160 to 161 in your textbook. The question you guys should be thinking about, in what ways did Islam influence Ghana? Most of Ghana's common people kept their traditional beliefs. Some of Ghana's kings converted to Islam. Even so, they still practiced their traditional religion. According to this religion, kings were descended from the ancestors who settled Ghana. This ancestry gave the king the right to rule. Most people accepted this belief, so if a king rejected the traditional religion, he would lose his claim to the throne.
Still, Islam strongly influenced Ghana's rulers. Many Muslims advised the king on running the empire. Much of Ghana's upper class converted to Islam. They learned Arabic to study the Muslim holy book, the Quran. These people were often involved in government, and as a result, Islamic beliefs about what is right and wrong influenced Ghana's legal system.
Islam's influence, however, could not stop Ghana's decline. The Almoravids came to power in North Africa during the 11th century. They were a group of Muslim Arabs. The Almoravids wanted other Muslims to follow their own view of Islam. In addition, the Almoravids were poor camel herders. Because of this, they did not gain much wealth in trans-Sahara trade. As a result, they envied the great wealth of Ghana. Soon the Almoravids declared war on Ghana. The war weakened Ghana's trade network. Before long, Ghana began to crumble. In 1076, the Almoravids seized the capital city of Kumbi Saleh. The question you guys should be able to answer in your head right now: why did the Almoravids declare war on Ghana?
All right, and as a reminder, you guys, you know you're going to have that podcast quiz tomorrow. So one more time, here are the vocabulary terms that you're responsible for. Vegetation zones, Sahara, Savannah, Ghana, and Almoravids.
Working late.
All the best!